Indonesia's disappointment and anger with Australia over recent spying allegations have surfaced at a parliamentary hearing on the scandal, with Indonesia's foreign minister saying there is still some way to go before diplomatic fences can be fully mended. Indonesia correspondent George Roberts.
Don't expect the diplomatic stoush between Australia and Indonesia to be over anytime soon. The Foreign Minister Marty Natalegawa says there are many steps to go before Indonesia will be ready to start cooperating again with Australia on things like military involvement, intelligence sharing and people smuggling. The Foreign Minister Marty Natalegawa appeared before Indonesia's Commission 1, a special committee of Parliament that deals with foreign affairs. He was summoned there to appear along with the Defence Minister and the country's intelligence and security chiefs. After initial discussions, the session was closed to the media, but the Foreign Minister Marty Natalegawa did take the time to reiterate to journalists the many steps that are still to go before the President and Indonesia will be happy to start cooperating again with Australia. Those include the formulation of the protocols, the President ticking off on them, a period of review, and then finally, once trust is restored, Indonesia will then be happy to start helping Australia out on key things like stopping asylum seeker boats.
So we are now is one step at a time. It's a process, it's not an event. So I'm not going to be particularly focused on when and how such a communication is to be established. I am myself personally in touch with Minister Julie Bishop on a regular basis, and I'm keen to find out when and how such a communication can be established.
But members of the Commission who were in the closed session say that it's more likely to take years rather than months or weeks before the relationship with Indonesia has been patched up. They say that the Foreign Minister Marty Natalegawa's evidence to the committee hearing included that the President was disappointed in the letter that Tony Abbott sent to him because it didn't include an apology.
I think because in the letter it doesn't imply the existence of regrets that would be close to an apology, because for Indonesians an apology is a matter of principle.
The Foreign Minister's office wouldn't confirm or deny whether that's the case, saying it was a closed session of the Commission, so it wouldn't be appropriate to comment. But they did point to the President's own statement about Tony Abbott's letter, pointing out that the Prime Minister still left some things that hadn't been clarified. The Deputy Chairman of the Foreign Affairs Commission, Tubagus Hasanuddin, says the depth of disappointment in Australia is an indication of just how long it will take to patch the relationship up.
And just as the Australian government tries to get its relationship with Indonesia back on track, another sensitive situation has arisen. Customs officers have questioned two men believed to be Indonesian Air Force pilots over alleged bird smuggling on a Hercules plane being handed over to Indonesia. Canberra correspondent Karen Barlow reports.
The tricky times with Indonesia just got more complicated. In the wake of the Australian spying revelations, two Indonesian nationals reported to be Air Force pilots on an Australian-gifted Hercules plane have been stopped by customs in Darwin over alleged bird smuggling. No charges have been laid, one man got a warning and the C-130 took off. Despite people and now wildlife smuggling troubling the relationship, the Prime Minister, Tony Abbott, is adamant tensions are easing.
I am determined that it's going to get stronger and stronger in the months and years ahead. And look, from time to time Australians do things in Indonesia, and it shouldn't be a complete surprise that occasionally it's a two-way street.
But Indonesia's police chief has reportedly told a parliamentary commission that Indonesia is preparing to close a series of asylum seeker detention centres. They house people who've been arrested trying to get to Australia, and it seems they'll be released. The Immigration Minister, Scott Morrison, says he hasn't been officially advised of the move.
What I'm saying is that is one comment made by one individual, and I'm not about to respond to the many comments that come up in the course of what is going on at the moment. It's a very sensitive time, and I think to engage in that process would not assist, so I'm not about to assist.
Scott Morrison's also been on a quick mission to Papua New Guinea in a bid to improve the situation at the offshore processing centre on Manus Island. Internal security is being improved, the capacity is being expanded for people being returned to home countries, and the minister says locals are starting to see the flow-on benefits of having the centre on their island. Karen Barlow, ABC News, Canberra.